What do you hide from people? I have a horrible out-of-pace irregular sleeping pattern. I feel tired a lot but I've become good at hiding it. Too embarrassed to say it. This account. My feelings and what I really think about certain things that I'm ashamed to admit. One of the things don't wanna tell people is that the thought of driving causes me to start getting anxious, and I really despise the idea of driving a car because I don't want to accidentally up someone else's car because I misjudged something. I'd honestly rather ride a motorbike and have a crash on that. Cause that way if the crash is my fault I'm the one who actually suffers because of my fuck up. My pillow, at sleepovers. Nothing, which has gotten me into quite a bit of trouble. Literally everything. My addiction, depression, anxiety, loneliness, etc. Farts. My dirty cluttered house. I will come out to meet you at your car if you are dropping something off, or offer you a seat on the porch if you get that far. Just sweep your house under your bed. My birthday. Pretty much no one outside of my immediate family knows when I was born. My OCD. Mistakes. That I'm a bisexual. People seem to think you're lying, or trying to get the best of both worlds. Yeah, I loved being bullied in high school for my sexuality. Like I can help who I'm attracted to. I choose a partner, not a side. My current partner is of the opposite sex. So I'm currently going through life as a heterosexual, and that, to be honest, feels like I'm lying. Disclaimer, I got the choosing a partner quote off TED Talk. It's the most accurate description of what it feels like. I'm a sad mess, but if I told them that they'd think I'm telling another joke. Emotions. My success. I work abroad and visit home once a year. All my friends and family know I'm comfortable, but they don't know the extent of my wealth from what I've built over the last 9 years. I don't advertise anything overtly gaudy, and I'm trying to be responsible and show my 2 daughters how a person should behave. Update. Didn't expect this to gain this much attention, and thanks for the silver whatever that does. I'm currently in China, so depending on the time zones this might be a little late to some of the more impatient amongst you. Also, the VPN I use is temperamental. I opened an English school in China with my wife 8 years ago and another one 2 years ago which my wife runs. It's the longest operating school in the city. We don't do any advertising, and I think that's why we are so successful. There's an exclusivity to it. Many are interested in what I'm making. The money I make fluctuates season to season as there is a turnover with the students. Some age out, move on, or are just not suited to learning English. Currently my school is making about $4,000 per month. I'm an after school. I work 4 hours. Tuesday to Friday and 8 hours Saturday, Sunday. On Thursday and Friday I teach in 3 separate kindergartens. I only do 2 40-minute classes in each. I partnered with a privately owned boarding school a couple of years ago, and every Tuesday I drive out and teach from 9 to 4. The money myself and the owner of that school make is straight down the middle, which works out at about $1,000. I've no overhead, and I teach and have taught the landlord's family and friends in exchange for a yearly rental fee of $1,000, which is so cool of him. I'm currently starting a class now. It's 10 p.m. and I'm outside having a cheeky cig. Any more questions I'll answer when I can. For a while, I hid that I'm a pro wrestling fan. Now that AEW is around I don't feel so ashamed. I'm pretty sure I have revealed everything about myself online, just in pieces. Some to a group of anons, some only to close friends. I hide a lot of things from PPL, like crushes who I hate. I know hate's a strong word, but I hate a good amount of PPL, like only one, not mentioning who it is. I have a long history of twitches and physical tics that I work really hard to suppress, but they come out really hard when I'm tired or stressed. Also, I laugh like a donkey, so have modified my laugh over time to honk, bray less, but it happens on occasion. My personality. I hide my love for Japanese music. Never pass the booger picking, and the booger. My depression. Me, frick socializing. I am actually a lot more lonely than people realize, to the point I fantasize about sitting next to someone. My full credit card number, the expiration date and the security code on the back. Anything I'm embarrassed about. So everything about me. My family problems and insecurities. I would prefer to make others think that everything is fine. My genitals. What don't I hide from people? Is the better question. Need. A latchkey kid from 4 on 6 while living in the city. I was responsible for feeding myself, sometimes entirely, including eating out of dumpsters. When I was scared, I sang to myself. I cleaned our home. I soothed my mother. I helped her budget. She loved me fiercely, but she wasn't mentally able to do much beyond that. When I was fully on my own at 15, I dropped out to work. When I was recovering from trauma at 16, I didn't leave my home. From homelessness to broken bones, I cannot bring myself to ask for aid. As a grown woman, it affects me down to the minute things. I haven't had a birthday party since I was 8 because the notion of asking people to celebrate me is such a tall ask. Any sort of support or want I deal with by myself, but I don't run to fix it. I simply do the things that need to be done for others. I show up for them on my own. If they want to be there for me, they'll do it without me asking, and I won't even wish for things, let alone act, if I cannot obtain it by myself. Yes, it drives my partner crazy. The fact that I have no life outside of a part-time job and studies. Oh, and my mental health. I'm much better now, but I still have the occasional episode of hopelessness, apathy. Very few people have seen my penis. Nice try. People. Myself and my feelings. My mother's animal clutter hoarding. I fell on hard times and signed a lease with my mom, not knowing she was still struggling with these issues. Our move-in day was a scream. Lint roller and perfume are my besties. Thank God it's almost August and I'm looking for a new place. My bipolar disorder. No, I'm not handling things well. My other Reddit account. Definitely my porn addiction. I don't feel like any of my close friends or family would understand or be of help, so I keep it to myself. It's hard, because it's a major source of my lack of self-esteem and my anxiety. The fact that yes, I do like Disney songs. That I have nothing to do on the weekends and no one to share my time with. Every Monday there's the obligatory "How was your weekend? What did you do?" where people say things like, "The wife and I went to this make-your-own steak place." That's awesome. Man, I'm going to die alone. Me and my dad went up to Oklahoma for some fly fishing. Great. Haven't seen my old man in over a decade. I went to this bar with my high school buddies and they had these midgets wrestle each other. I don't think they like that term. And you still see your high school crew. Must be nice. How was your weekend? Someone will ask me and I'll answer with a variation of "My lawyer advised me not to discuss it," which gets the intended chuckle and everyone moves on to the next person. Am I supposed to say that I spent it by myself? Going to random malls, libraries, and driving around aimlessly, desperate for one person to hang out with but not having anyone. The deep dark depths of my humor. Most people aren't prepared for how dark my humor is, considering I don't fit the image or personality of someone with dark humor. When I was a teenager I used to self-harm in order to help me deal with a bunch of stuff. I haven't done it in years, but my arms are covered in scars from it. I'm pretty much always wearing long sleeves to hide them from other people, even during the summer. I've started to get a bit more comfortable around people I know who know about it, but I know I have a long way to go before I'm confident enough to go out wearing just a t-shirt. I've thought about getting tattoo sleeves to help hide them better, but they are expensive and also I have no idea what I would get. That I have no sense of smell. I have anosmia. I do it so that I don't have to answer really annoying questions over and over again. I stopped telling people I'm colorblind for the same reason. Depression. I write graphic, detailed smut. I never told anyone I know how much emotional pain I am in at times. I'm good, but there are days when I feel like I can't breathe through it. Just how much I don't want to be alive anymore. Don't worry, I'm not gonna kill myself. The fact that I had surgery done on my hip as a baby. The scars on my hip make me very insecure. The shoes. This will get buried, but usually my height when I meet them. I'm only 6'5", but I've had people shut down any conversation because they have to spend time telling me about my body. Usually I try to meet new friends casually sitting down so we are face to face. Otherwise when they start I'll jump in with thanks I work out. Any way to GWT them to stop talking about things about me that aren't my choice. Myself. I frickin' love scaring people. My overwhelming shame and despair, it's bubbling over though. That I cannot ride a bicycle. I am 20. That I'm home when someone knocks on the door. Unless you're the pizza or other delivery person, the chances of me wanting to talk to you are very small. Anyone I want to see would call, text first, or already has keys. My whole self. I don't think I've shown anyone every part of me. My circle of friends or family each see a different facet of my personality. I cut sometimes, but I have told people close to me. Online, not a whole lot. Offline, everything. My depression. I don't like to look sad when I'm with my friends cause I bring the whole vibe down, so instead I try to be outgoing and funny and stuff. Honestly, my thought processes. I think way too much about everything, but I make sure on the outside I seem cool and composed. Many people say I'm nice and chill, but in reality I'm afraid of people thinking I'm losing my mind. My anxiety and depression. I'm doing better now because of my medication. I'm likely going to cut out my entire family once I'm independent. I don't trust any of them. I'm trans and they keep manipulating me. They try to get my trust by pretending to support me, then they pull away that support and try to push me back into the closet. They're all manipulative in general, but that is what really got to me. Did just that for the exact same reasons. Wish you the best of luck. Stuff's not easy. My art. Show me. I'm a closeted gay and I keep nearly everything I feel emotionally away from my parents. From not telling them I'm gay, I've noticed I've kept so many more secrets from them and from some friends than I have before. Me beating the out of my meat at least 6 times a week. Maybe even more IDFK. The amount of money I actually have. I've never been a show-off. But friends and family tend to blatantly show resentment when they think you're becoming part of the other half. I have a fairly large scar on my thigh. Sucks because it's summer and I'm a girl, so it shows with almost every bathing suit. A scar doesn't make you not beautiful. Not being beautiful wouldn't make you not hot. Stay cool. Also, most scars are pretty rad unless they were self-inflicted or like Scar 2. That I'm a retired multimillionaire at 39, yo. Nothing good could come of it. How insignificant, unaccomplished, and unworthy I feel. I'm sure it bleeds through and people can see my intense self-loathing, but it's hidden for the most part. My stepdaughter who lives with us has reactive attachment disorder. Her mother ran away when she was pregnant. By the time she came back, the damage of abuse and neglect was already done. It is hell. There is also no cure. I hide this for a couple reasons. The first is people never believe you. Nobody wants to believe a beautiful, charming little girl would pinch an infant and laugh when he cries. The second is the stigma. I don't want her labeled by teachers, peers, or the parents. I want her to be able to have a life as normal as possible given her disorder. Hiding from normal people, mental health, hiding from the government, nothing that it'd post online. Hi, it's me, the government. Hi government, I'm Dad. My vulnerable side and feelings. past has punished me each and every time for being a transparent and honest guy. So I chose to never let my guard down. I always fake my confidence day in day out as soon as I step out of my house to appear stronger than I really am. I don't know if this is the place to vomit my feelings, but I have no one else in my day-to-day world to share anything at all. I'm from India and my then girlfriend said that she fell in love with me because of how sweet and a genuinely honest and kind guy the first am. She soon drifted off and one fine day sent me a picture of a guy whom her parents are suggesting to marry within the next few years, and she said that he's a rich guy from a filthy rich family and that he has balls and is a proper macho man unlike a pussy like me, and told me to never contact her again and that she's gonna be happily marrying a rich guy soon, and blocked me on everywhere possible including LinkedIn. I never was the same and I never will be. Those words completely destroyed me. She sounds like a just keep looking for somebody that values the same things you do. Myself, I haven't really left my apartment since October. Used to not hide it. Now I hide my interest in trying to make music. My mental health, because I know if I even mention it, people will start treating me differently. The fact that I'm completely losing my entire mind and falling apart. I've been a people pleaser my whole life, and I've spent the past year working on myself, trying to change bad habits and heal from trauma in my past. Trying to become the person I wanna be. I'm in therapy, taking my meds, actively trying to change, and I've been successfully sober from alcohol for almost a year. But the hardest habit to break is sacrificing my own happiness to make others comfortable and happy. But now it feels like almost every single person in my life just walks all over me. I can feel myself getting closer and closer to my breaking point every day, and my anxiety is starting to get to the point where it's affecting my parenting and my job. Everyone around me just thinks I'm fine and that I'm such a strong person. But I have a feeling that the very next time I'm expected to put my comfort aside for someone else's, I'm gonna snap. I needed to vent. Thank you, Reddit. It's more I hide it from IRL than internet people, and it's my asexuality. My stash of gay furry hentai. I don't need to. People don't even notice me. Well, I just did.